Hey, so, like I said, hopefully I'm going to be being a little more concise about this. We're getting through the A's, and we're going, at this point, through my exorbitant amount of B's. I have unusually high amounts of B listed records, which is weird, but, so if it seems like it's slow going, it's just because of a big clutter in that area. But bearing that in mind, finish up the A's with the Avalanches. Since I left you, this is a monumental, I don't know, pinnacle, I guess you could say, of plunderphonics music. Look up that term, cool term. And this is not an original pressing because I started doing this late, and I'm not going to pay hundreds of dollars for an original pressing of this because that's what people on Discogs and the like are trying to charge you for an original copy of this. But there was a repress this year, actually, and thanks in no small part to them, getting back together and dropping another record. So this is their original material. It's very fun, danceable, enjoyable, electronic sound collage is all it is, really. I'm not going to do a whole lot of justice because you can just read about it online, and they'll do much better than I will. But it's got this really nice cover. I always love the cover. Front side, back side, gatefold, little thing with, I believe this is, yeah, and that's just the liner notes, and it comes on this thick dark blue vinyl, very nice, mirroring the original, if I'm to understand correctly. It might have been oblique, but I know it was blue of that similar shade. And then I also got their follow-up, Wildflower. I honestly wasn't as stoked on this as a lot of people might have been. I feel like the rust kind of showed a little bit here. And while they made some unique changes in direction with their sound, adding guest features that I'm pretty sure folks saw the Danny Brown and MF Doom cut. They did one with Freddie Gibbs that ended up not on this, but I thought was really good and probably should have been, but whatever. They did one with fucking Bismarck Key, which was great. I love that track. It's so cute and fun. Happy to see that. But there's still a lot of fun stuff in here. They take a lot of psychedelic influence from dudes that are honing in on that right now. Guys like fucking King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Tame Impala. How am I forgetting Tame Impala? I should really start editing these to cut out some of these fucking awful pauses, but I'm not going to, at least for now. We'll see. I have issues with them, but I don't respond to them. But front cover, back cover, and I believe my version comes on A. It's really nice. Ooh. Yeah, mine's just on black. There's an option to get it on red, but I didn't go for it. You got the printed inner sleeves, very nice. And there's another one, but I'm not showing it because fuck you. They're nice printed inner sleeves. And then onto the B's. We have Bad Bad Not Good with 4. Not my favorite Bad Bad Not Good record. It just happened to be one that was offered by Vinyl Me Please, a subscription vinyl service dealio that you can look into if you are super interested in. But they were having this is the record of the month, and I thought it was pretty good. This one, my favorite record too, had as well as a lot of their earlier works, had a lot of really unique covers of hip-hop songs, of various material, and they always kind of found a way to add their own artistic flair to it. They had really spastic, energetic, improvisational performances on them, And this one, I feel like they take away a little bit from that with their own original material, which is good. I think there's a lot of good in a way. I like a lot of the material here, and there's some really nice ideas. But I feel like taking away that bite that came with the improv really kind of hinders their performances overall. But hopefully, once they get settled in with this sound a bit more, they'll go in that slightly more adventurous direction overall. But yeah, front cover, back cover, a little gatefold. I'm on the beach, or maybe it was right on, fucking know. And it came on. So, very nice little red. Nice little red shade. Yeah. The inner sleeves are a little floppy. To that end, take a little doing to get in there. Not a huge fan of, but whatever. Next up, we have the Bad Brains self-titled. This is a pop. I was gonna say pop. This is a punk essential. This is fucking ridiculous. Like, they will play the most head-smashing punk music and then jerk your head, like, totally pull you the other way with this crazy reggae stuff that's just like, why is this here? And you still don't care because the punk elements are so fucking awesome. It just blows you away. So, look at this. If you're looking for punk, it is very good. Their later material gets really, really awful. But at least this record, potentially their sophomore, is something that everyone should give a quick listen to, I think. And there's really nothing special about this. It's, you know, nice glossy thing, kind of light, black vinyl, because it's a short record. This one, I kind of struggle to justify, honestly, but Bangles, different light. This is, if you've ever heard the song, the singles "Manic Monday" or "Walk Like an Egyptian," that's them. So I kind of pretty much got it on that merit alone, honestly. It's just really mindless fun. It's not that fantastically performed or written, except for "Dance Like an Egyptian," which I think is very unusually sharp and diverse from the rest of the record, but it's just some fun stuff. And I got it for like $2 in a bin, and it was in like really good condition. So I thought, I like these singles, so I'll just get the thing. And I wasn't disappointed. Hopefully I got what I expected, so I hold on to it. Shout out to the Bangles. Then, moving right along, we've got my Baroness. Baroness specifically, the Red Album. Baroness is one of those bands that I absolutely recommend to people that are trying to get into metal, because these are super accessible, which some people take as a bad thing, but for me, I don't mind it. I'm not some kind of metal purist. I'm sure you'll find out. And I really appreciate their sound. It's this very melodically driven sludge metal. They're coming around the same vein as dudes like Mastodon, though personally I feel like these guys' track record is much better than Mastodon, who, especially in the back end of their recent albums, I feel are just like really watered down and blah, to the point where I think the singles that they've been dropping almost feel like adult contemporary shit, which is, I have no idea what they're doing right now. I'm sorry, Mastodon. But this record, very nice. Debut. Nice looking shit. And I believe it is on a on this green, which I thought was a little weird. You know, they have it's called the Red Album. They gave me green. There's like a teal. Nothing. Are both of them? Oh, okay. So, oh, but it does come with this nice little insert. Nothing special, but yeah, they're both green. Okay. Which I thought was weird, but hey. You do you, Baroness. So, I have actually 3 Baroness records, all but, I'm sure you'd guess it, the yellow and green, which I've considered getting, honestly. This is the blue record, of course. Yellow and green was a bit more of an experimentation for them that not all the fans were super over with, but I think that there were definitely some really interesting elements to it, and it might end up swaying me enough to pick it up, but for now, only got this. But this is the blue record. It feels a lot... it's got similarities, enough similarities so that I don't really feel the need to make any great statements on it. But this also comes on, yeah, weirdly the same green, though it feels more justified here. So I'm not sure it went on the decision making on that. Maybe they just had a lot of green. They just had a lot of tealish ass green. Couldn't tell you. And then last but not least, we have the Purple album, which came out in late 2015, like mid-December 2015. And got some great singles on here. Shock Me is fucking awesome. That's cool. I like that one a lot, actually. I feel like the aesthetic of this one is probably my favorite, all things considered. And they made this a gatefold despite being only a single LP. Really nice inner sleeve. And this one actually does come on this really nice marbled little purple. You see that? Yeah. Some snazzy shit. And I'm not sure. Yeah. And I don't know if you got a good look at these kooky ass cover arts, but like, look at that. That's nutty. It's got like a fucking rat necklace thing going on with that. That's weird. They're nuts, dude. I think that actually one of the players, maybe it was the drummer, does the covers. But that's cool as fuck. This is Battles, the EPC and BEP. These are, Battles is, I guess, first and foremost, I don't know, if you can look at it at certain angles, you see that, see, like there you go, it shows up, but otherwise you just have to look on the side or the back to tell what it is. But Battles are an experimental rock outfit that has had this really weird trajectory. In 2000, this comes before their initial full length, Mirrored, in 2007, which is fantastic. I only have this right now because that's all I could find of it in stores, and I don't want to go through Warp to get it right now, but I probably will eventually because I love Battles. It's this experimental, very instrumentally driven outfit. They have these really lengthy and complex tracks, things that like introduces really dense playing and layered instrumentation. And what happened with it was, with the band generally, is that they released their first full length, and then somewhere in between they lost their singer, their front man, and they decided with their second release and onward that they just didn't need one, and they just started making purely instrumental music with the exception of a couple guest singers on a few tracks. But this had them just doing their thing as per usual, and it's nothing special. It doesn't have a gatefold or anything like that. It's just that. And and they're all in black. I believe this is alternative artwork to what was initially put on for them. But, yeah, it's a nice little packaging of their first EPs. Strong material. I would probably recommend listening to Mirrored and then their 2011 without the singer Gloss Drop before this, but still good material. Certainly enjoyable. I put it on now and then. Lots of fun. If you're into like weird person shit like me. But then we got the Beach Boys, Pet Sounds. This is I feel like I got pushed onto this more by my dad than anything, honestly, because he has this little I guess mixtape of his where he just has like the same 5 artists that he's always listened to his whole life, and one of them happens to be the Beach Boys, and specifically he pulls from this record all the dang time. And that's not to say I don't like it, I certainly do, but it definitely pushed me towards this more than anything else. And some of the other ones, like Eric Clapton, for instance, I just feel like pushed me in the exact opposite direction. So it's weird. It's a weird dynamic. But, nonetheless, very wonderful sunshine pop record. I've been trying to get into the Brian Wilson Smile thing for quite a while now. Honestly, it's weird. But this is, I don't know why I need to bring that up. This is much more consistent in my eyes. Just a lot of fun, classic tracks. Wouldn't it be nice? All that, God only knows. God damn it. But yeah, just these beautiful, innocent, poppy songs. Things that built on all pop ever, pretty much. So I feel like this is something that you should have listened to at least once. And if you haven't, next up we have Beach House with Devotion. Beach House is like the quintessential dream pop outfit of the 2000s. This, I believe, came out in 2007, 2008, apologies. And this is right before they started getting a little more, I guess, super reverby and instrumentally grand. So this feels a bit more stripped back than most people be used to from Beach House. But it's just this very intimate, beautiful little dream pop record. I guess not little, it's a, it's a double album, but very nice. Lots of fun. Very beautiful and pleasant to listen to with your ears. And front, back, gatefold, and I believe it's just on black. It is just on black. So I won't bother with that as long as it just gets back in the jacket. There we go. And I do have 2 Beach House records. I believe this is, in fact, it is Teen Dream. This is Teen Dream. It doesn't show up well because it's fucking faint as hell, but I think you can sort of make it out, yeah? Teen Dream. This is their Sub Pop debut in 2010, if I'm not mistaken, and this is perhaps their best known, where they got that grander sound, the very reverb-soaked music that people know them for mostly, and it has some of their biggest tracks, I would say. Zebra, Used to Be, Lover of Mine, etc., etc. But it's more of the same stylistically. Gatefold, And I might have gotten this on some color wax, if I'm recalling correctly. Yeah, look at this. Look at that. This very, it's this marbled purple with some white streaks in it. Very nice. I'm not sure if the other one might be a different shade as well. I forget exactly how snazzy they went with this one. Nope, they're both the same. So, sorry. Though, that's looking like the 20-minute mark. So, for now, I think I still have more. Yeah, well, I mean, I obviously have plenty more beads. But I think we made some good progress here. So, as always, thank you for listening and pet a dog.